Nice to meet you.
How are you? Oh my God, I love you.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, I'm saying that on camera and everything.
That's good. Nice
Lovely to meet you. Lovely to
Bye.
meet you, darling. Take care.
Bye.
Right. Where's your point in the key?
I'm going to try to make it. I'll be in the director.
Elaine and Cindy clash in EastEnders after Elaine split from George, who kissed Cindy. Elaine confronts Cindy, telling her to stay away from George, while Cindy reaffirms her commitment to Ian. Meanwhile, George bonds with his son Junior's wife, Monique, over their Ghanaian heritage, finding some solace amid the turmoil. Bobby Brazier's EastEnders homecoming storyline has been revealed, and Freddie Slater is on a mission. Bobby Brazier will eventually return to our screens in upcoming EastEnders scenes as Freddie Slater, when the character sets out on a major mission. Freddie had gotten into a lot of trouble when he was last at Albert Square because he had attacked Theo Hawthorne in an attempt to stop him from raping Stacy Slater. After hitting Theo with an iron and then his fists, Freddie was taken into custody on suspicion of attempting murder. Later, he was freed on bond. Because Stacy and Eve Onwin, Heather Peace, had altered the murder scene to make it seem as though Freddie was acting in self-defense, Jean Slater was worried that the young person would be under a lot of pressure to keep to their tale. Home an attempt to shield Freddie from rumors and make it easier for him to continue the lie, Jean convinced him to go home with his mother Little Mo, where he has been ever since. Freddie's short exit from the show was to create space for actor Bobby to go on Strictly Come Dancing. Bobby is back, but Freddie isn't alone because he has cleared his schedule. Panicked, Alfie Moon calls Kat Slater, believing someone has broken into his flat. However, shortly after confronting the purported intruders, he hits out with a child's baseball bat and finds out that Big Mo and Freddie are the real criminals. When Freddie finds that he will have to move into number 31 because he no longer has a room at Alfie's flat, Freddie feels left out, but Kat and Jean Slater are ecstatic to see Freddie and Mo again. But things rapidly change when Kat decides she's had enough of the family making comments about her and Alfie, and moves out of the flat to allow Freddie to move back. IN.AS viewers are aware, Alfie recently tried, encouraged by Tommy Moon, to tell Kat that he still loves her, even though he failed miserably at the last minute. Thankfully, there's still hope when Freddie acts swiftly to prevent Kat from going on and reunites her with Alfie. Will Freddie succeed in his goal, or will he have to work harder to make these two work together? Alfie uses a baseball bat to strike someone in the EastEnders burglary, but he doesn't realize who he has hit. Alfie Moon in EastEnders next week is going to get a huge shock when he discovers burglars in his apartment, and a greater shock when he figures out who they are. Alfie is going out to supper this week with his ex-wife Kat, Jessie Wallace, and his sons, Tommy Burt and Ernie, to celebrate the completion of his hormone therapy after fighting prostate cancer for a year. Tommy suggests taking the twins home so they can make the most of their evening after noticing some flirtation between the two during the meal. Then, after calling Kat to let her know that he thinks number 5D is being broken into, Alfie quickly takes one of the boys' toy baseball bats and launches an attack. The Slater family is delighted to have them back, but Freddie soon finds out that Kat and her kids are living with Alfie, so he will have to move into the already crowded number 31. The occupied house is home to Jean Stacy Harvey, Lily Arthur, Hope, and Charlie. However, Freddie feels forced to take a gamble and give them a chance when there are speculations that Kat and Alfie might reconcile. But Big Mo is totally preoccupied with another local, Stevie Mitchell. After Freddie sees Bobby and Anna kiss, he also experiences further relationship issues. Anna felt something for both boys last year. But when she found out that she and Bobby were half-brothers, she moved on to Freddie. However, after his absence, the two have reconciled. A heartbroken Elaine Peacock from EastEnders delivers George Knight to Cindy Beale along with a foreboding warning. Elaine Peacock was rendered dumbfounded by George Knight and Cindy Beale when she discovered the truth about the kiss that took place between Colin Salmon and Michelle Collins in a recent EastEnders scene. Cindy was appalled when George turned to underground fighting as a way to cope with Gloria's death and Eddie's incarceration. Cindy had invited George back to the boxing den for a talk about everything, and she was prepared to use their kiss as leverage to make him stop putting his life in jeopardy. Doctors told George that one more strike to the head would be enough to kill him when he was diagnosed with chronic traumatic encephalopathy as a result of his years of fighting, but he refused to give up. Cindy swore to Elaine that if George entered the ring, she would tell her everything out of fear for the lives of her daughters Gina, Anna Knight, Francesca Henry, and Molly Rainford. She was unaware that Elaine was listening to everything. More recently, Elaine decided to break up their engagement and move away from George after knowing with devastating clarity that he would always think of Cindy as his superior. In the ensuing moments, Gina and Anna swiftly counsel Mother Cindy to avoid Mother George. However, Elaine, surprise, offers quite the opposite advice. After overhearing the Knight sisters and Linda Carter talking about her current relationship issues, Elaine advises them to butt out. Elaine visits Cindy after that. Cindy is shocked to hear Elaine say that she can have George if she wants him. However, and perhaps even more surprisingly, Cindy insists that she is exclusively attracted to Ian Beale. Cindy has already made up her decision, so Elaine sternly advises her not to visit George ever again. Did Cindy make the right choice, or will she come to regret it later? Famed for his role in I'm a Celebrity. Get Me Out of Here, Fred Sirieix hopes to play a role in the BBC soap opera, The EastEnders. Apart from expressing his desire to be an actor on EastEnders, Fred Sirieix has also created an identity for himself. One of the I'm a Celebrity. Get Me Out of Here contestants has stated that he wants to try acting and that one of the best soap operas on television is his goal. Fred Sirieix, well known for hosting the dating program, First Dates, on Channel 4, stated to The Sun that he had already thought about the character he wanted to play on EastEnders, and that he wanted to work there. It would be amazing. That strikes me as a really good concept, he said. I long to be a part of EastEnders. I know who I am, in fact, I've written the lines already. When asked what kind of person he would like to see at Albert Square, the 52-year-old Frenchman said, I think I'd be playing a gangster. When I was finally killed off at the very end, we had barely arrived. Many things occur in between, but in the end, I die, disappear, and am never seen on the plaza once more. Abdul Dad Sirieix, who is also well known for his performances on BBC Two's £1 Million Menu, said he believes he has what it takes because of his experience as a presenter in front of the camera, even if he has never performed on stage. Don't we all have a small acting talent, he said. I mean, you have to be everything to everyone and be there for your customers in the restaurant industry, which is what I have spent my entire life in. You could be perceived as a performer who stages a show on a daily basis in this sense. But being a movie star would be amazing. Following the departure of fellow celebrity foodie and their third musketeer Gordon Ramsay, Sirieix is staying occupied with his travel food series with celebrity chef Gino D'Acampo while waiting for a call from the EastEnders executives. We're going to see the two on TV shortly in a brand new primetime series called Mission Impossible. On the show, viewers will follow Sirieix and D'Acampo as they go to Austria and Croatia to discover more sustainable living practices. Gino is not motivated to do anything. He admitted to The Sun during the TV BAFTAs that he enjoyed his comfort. I'm prepared for the worst-case scenario. Please subscribe our channel.